Welcome back everyone, this is Concetto Nero, thank you for joining. Today I'm gonna color my first watercolor illustration process. And so in this time I did a sketch with a normal pencil, and then I transferred it with a light box using a Sakura Micron 0.1 pen. And then basically this is the illustration that you can see right now, and then I started coloring with the watercolor. So for the watercolor materials that I used a mix of Sennelier, French watercolors, and Holbein, Japanese watercolors. I mostly used Holbein because they are very bright and luminous and very good for doing this kind of cartoonish style illustrations, very colorful, very bright. So I really advise them. And I will put a link in the description about all the materials and watercolors I use, and also one for beginners to try out. So if you like the style of watercolor, which is very nice and unique, very different from the markers, I would advise you just to give it a try. Some people like, some people don't like, so it's just a matter of experience. So regarding the topic that I decided to do is I always loved and liked fairies and fantasy and magical creatures. So 1 month ago I bought a very nice book that is called The Fairyland Companion of Beatrice Phillpotts, which is a very nice compendium about fairies folklore in Ireland and Scotland, and if you are interested in this, I really advise you to buy this book, to get this book. When I was reading this book, what I really liked was I liked everything, honestly. Was very funny, but I really like the topic of the fairy ring or the fairy circle. So basically, it's if you are lucky enough, it is said in this book, you can find a fairy celebration, a celebration of fairies and magical creatures around basically a big mother fairy or around some big mushroom. So I really like this concept of celebrating and dancing and having fun with music, and it inspired me. So I said, okay, I like it. I want to do it, and I started sketching, and then I like it, and I said, okay, I will do this. I will do this as my first watercolor illustration in my channel, and hopefully it will be nice and will be cheerful, and people will like, and maybe we will smile. So usually when I do illustrations with watercolors, I like them to be funny, and I like to be cheerful and joyful. So usually my characters are like that, unless my intent is different. But usually I like to smile. I think smiling and having some nice laugh and taking life not too much seriously, a little bit of light mood, like the inner child, no? It's very important. So I always like to remind myself this, and I think my illustrations a little bit, especially the ones with watercolors, a little bit reflect this. So I really like how it turned out. I like that they are dancing. I like that the mushroom is an active character because she is dancing, and the fairy is on top of it. And I like, honestly, my preferred one is the singer at the right that is trying to conquer the heart of the pink violet mother fairy. So yeah, I really like how it turned out, and in the end, fairies. I mean, believing or not in fairies, it's very personal, I suppose. There are people that believes in them, but I think fairies and any kind of product of imagination, no. Everything. Imagination has immense infinite power, and also Einstein, I think, said something about imagination, that is the more important than knowledge, because knowledge is limited, imagination encircles the world. So it's some kind of, it's super powerful, imagination. And it's right, because everything in human life and history, it's a product of imagination, no? Now I will avoid to go too much into philosophical questions like but in the end, if we all think about this, any kind of belief, any kind of everything, even religions, philosophy, it's a product of imagination and creative power. So I honestly believe in imagination, in the infinite power of imagination. So this is what I like to believe, and I respect everyone that believes in whatever they prefer. It's a choice, it's a personal choice. So yeah, I really hope that you like it, and I hope to do more in the future. So the process of color will continue, and I just hope that you like it and you can enjoy the dancing and the music process, because as I always like to say, everything is also connected to music, and even colors, even frequencies. No, so I like to see these illustrations because it gives nice vibes, and they are celebrating life with music and dancing, and it's always nice for me to remind me this. So let's try to keep celebrating and life, and to keep create. I like to say, because I think it makes us feel good. So thank you very much for tuning in this other episode, and I wish you the best day. Bye.